Let's crochet this adorable micro Christmas wreath together. It's a quick, beginner-friendly project that's perfect for exploring micro crochet. These teeny tiny wreaths are so versatile. I even included one as a surprise in every order from my newsletter subscribers last month. Ready to dive in? Let's get started. You can crochet this tiny wreath using any sewing thread you probably already have at home. I used Aurifil 50 weight cotton thread for the wreath and 12 weight wool thread for the little bow, along with a super tiny 0.35mm crochet hook. But don't worry if that sounds intimidating, you can use the weight and hook size you feel comfortable with. I'll be demonstrating with 8/4 hobby cotton yarn and a 3mm hook, so it's easier to follow along. You'll also need a needle that matches your thread, embroidery scissors, pins, and a blocking board to finish things off. If you're like me and love having a clear pattern to reference, I've got you covered. There's an ad-free downloadable PDF pattern linked below for easy access. Start your wreath with a magic ring. It makes the center less bulky. Alternatively, you can chain 4 and slip stitch to the first chain to close the ring. Now chain 3. This counts as your first double crochet. Then make 11 double crochets into the magic ring. Just a quick note, I am going to speed up or skip over the steps that are repetitive. But you can always refer to the written instructions at the top of the video. Be sure to count your double crochets before you finish the round. Trust me, I've had to redo many a wreath because I skipped this step, so don't be like Marta, count your stitches. Now, holding the base of your piece between your thumb and index finger, slowly pull the end of your thread to close the magic ring. Give it a nice tug to make sure it's securely closed. Finish the first round by slip stitching to the top chain of the beginning chain 3. Place the loose end over your crochet hook before pulling the yarn through the loops. This will help secure the end. It's time for round 2. When you start this round, make sure you crochet over your end to secure it. Chain 3 and then make 1 double crochet in the same space. Now make 2 double crochets in each of the stitches of previous round. By the time you reach the beginning of your round, you should have 24 double crochets in total. The beginning chain 3 counts as a double crochet. Finish the round by slip stitching to the top chain of the beginning chain 3. Cut the yarn and pull the end through the loop. Give it a good pull to make sure it's secure. Start the third round by attaching the green yarn to one of the stitches. I like to attach it to the same spot where I finished the previous round. Chain 3 and then make 1 double crochet in the same space. Make sure to crochet over the ends as you go. It will save you a lot of time later. Work 1 double crochet in the next stitch. In this round, you will be repeating the sequence of double crochet increase in 1 stitch and then 1 crochet in the next stitch. Repeat the sequence. Double crochet increase, double crochet. When you reach the start of your round, you should have 36 double crochets. Remember, the chain 3 at the beginning counts as 1 double crochet. Finish the round by slip stitching to the top chain of the beginning chain 3. Start round 4 by chaining 3 and then making 1 double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch and make 3 double crochets in the next one. Chain 1, skip 2 stitches and make 3 double crochets in the next one, followed by chain 1. Repeat this sequence. Skip 2, 3 double crochets in the next, chain 1, until you have only 2 stitches left. Skip 1 stitch and make 1 double crochet in the last stitch of this round. Finish the round by slip stitching to the top chain of the beginning chain 3. You should have 12 chain 1 spaces. The last 5th round will be slightly different. Start with chain 1 and then make 1 single crochet in the same space. To make the hanging loop, chain 8 and then 1 single crochet in the same space as the previous one. If you don't want the loop, skip this step. Now you will be working in the chain 1 spaces. Make 5 double crochet in the first space. Make 1 single crochet in the middle double crochet of the 3 double crochet group. Repeat the same sequence, 5 double crochet in the chain 1 space, 1 single crochet in the middle double crochet of the 3 double crochet group until you reach the last chain 1 space. When you reach the last chain 1 space, make 5 double crochets in it. Then finish the round by slip stitching to the first single crochet of the round. Cut the yarn, making sure it is long enough to weave with a needle. Pull it through the loop and give it a good pull in many directions to make sure it's secure. Congratulations! You have just completed the most time-consuming part of making a tiny wreath. If you've been working on your ends as you go, now you can just cut off the ends, leaving only the last end of the 5th round. Give the ends a nice little pull to make sure the tension is right. Using a needle that matches the thickness of your yarn or thread, weave in the last end. I like to hide it in the lower part of the double crochets of the scalloped edge. Give the end a nice tug and make sure the wreath looks flat before cutting off the last end. Before you add the cute little bow, you can block the wreath. If you'd like to stiffen it up a bit, soak it in a mixture of 1:1 clear Elmer's glue and water. Let it dry completely before moving on to the next step. It's time to add the cute little bow. You can use any yarn that is thicker than the one you used for the wreath, or you can use 2 or 3 strands of a lighter weight. Cut a piece of yarn that is much longer than the circumference of the wreath. This will make it easier to tie the bow. Thread a needle that works with the yarn used for the bow. Start weaving the yarn between the 2nd and 3rd double crochets of the group below the loop. Insert the needle from front to back. Pull the yarn, leaving a long tail. Now start weaving the yarn through the chain 1 spaces, going under and over the 3 double crochet groups. When you reach the last chain 1 space, insert the needle from front to back and then from back to front between the 1st and 2nd double crochet of the group below the loop. Pull the yarn all the way through and stretch the wreath in all directions to make sure the yarn is not too tightly woven. Now you can start tying the bow. Be careful not to pull too tightly and give the wreath one more stretch. Make the loops a little bit bigger and adjust them a little bit at a time to get them to the size you want them to be. When you're happy with the size, cut off the excess yarn. Adjust the bow one last time and you're done. Congratulations on finishing this adorable project. I hope you had as much fun making it as I did. Whether it's your first time trying micro crochet or you're already a seasoned pro, give yourself a big pat on the back. I'd love to see your finished pieces, both tiny and big ones, so don't forget to share them on Instagram and tag me. If you've caught the mini crochet book, I've got plenty more tutorials for you to explore on my channel. There's something here for everyone. So grab your hooks, settle in, and let's keep the creativity going. Happy crocheting, and I'll see you in the next video.